New homes in Oklahoma, they look gorgeous. And they often come with smaller lots, fewer trees, and homes that are a little bit closer together. So here's the question. Is buying a brand new home worth it for the lifestyle that you want? My most common conversation that I have with people who are moving to Oklahoma is whether or not they should buy a new home or a home that has been lived in before. And this is usually, it comes down to price, but also lots of other things. The answer really depends on the lifestyle that you want. So let's break down the trade-offs between brand new homes and resale homes right here in Oklahoma. I work with a lot of people who are relocating from places like California and Arizona, and usually they want privacy, low maintenance, land, and access to a few amenities. When people think of new homes, they're usually thinking of pretty kitchens and no problems, which is awesome. But the actual value of new construction in Oklahoma comes down to something else, and that's control. When you're buying a new home, that home systems, they're at year zero. You got a fresh layout that is right on trend. There are always energy efficiency guarantees from the builder that help you through the utility bills of our 4 intense seasons here in Oklahoma. You get builder-backed warranties that decrease the risk. I see that people often choose new homes because they don't want to deal with a contractor. They don't want to fly back and forth and deal with fixing things. And they don't know anyone. When you move into a new home, you don't have to worry about the HVAC system, the air conditioner, and the heat for 10 years. That's great. And then, of course, new homes don't lie in photos like the resale homes tend to. Like when you look online at photos, right? And it's like, whoa, that looks really different in person than it does in the photos. New homes usually don't do that. If you're in a neighborhood, 90% of the time, you're going to get that consistent neighborhood look because of the HOA and other things, the builder building the same houses. New homes are predictable. There is very little risk to new homes. These are all amazing things. And then there's the trade-offs. New builds, they can have small lots, and not all of them do, but many of them do. Or if you're buying in an area like Blanchard or Newcastle or Noble or Choctaw, then you're going to pay a premium for the half-acre lot or the acre lot that you're wanting that house is built on. These new homes are going to have zero or very few and very immature trees. And these houses usually don't have fences either, especially if you're on a half acre or more. Builders don't put in fences. The new build option is great for people who want simplicity and low maintenance. And you also have to understand these drawbacks. Resale homes, on the other hand, they offer something different. And it's something that builders, they cannot recreate this. They cannot recreate the maturity of the land itself. So the maturity of both the land and the neighborhood. In a resale home, you're probably going to have a bigger yard. I mean, not always, but it's really common to have a bigger yard. And you're going to have trees, and you're going to have trees that have grown a lot, because you can't plant a tree and expect it to look like a 20-year-old tree. You may even have a little bit more space in between homes, depending on what you're looking for. You may have quieter streets and less people moving in and out. You're going to be able to see how these homes age. It's really difficult to see that in a new neighborhood. Some of these resale homes, they already come with a workshop or a spot for your RV. They're going to have shade. You're going to have neighbors that have been there for a while. And of course, you're going to have a little bit of character in your house. The trade-offs, though, that come with a resale home, these things are often where my clients end up choosing a brand new house over a resale house. Because when you're relocating from out of state, predictability and ease, they tend to win. A lot of my clients will trade space and maturity of land for a little bit of peace of mind that comes with the maintenance of a home. So with a resale home, that unpredictability, it's going to come with the mature land and the mature neighborhood. And so people who really want that, they do buy a resale home. So it's kind of split. I'm Marcie Billen, and I am a real estate agent here in Oklahoma. I have helped people relocate to Oklahoma for years. If you are looking to move, reach out. I can help you. You can scan this QR code, or you can go ahead and give me a call at this number. Either way is totally fine. I return phone calls and respond to inquiries within 48 hours. So with new builds, there are also a few things that people don't talk about, like the fact that typically the ground isn't settled. So what do I mean by that? New homes in Oklahoma are built on dirt that has been moved onto property or from another spot on the property. Or they taken dirt away and are using the dirt underneath to build a house on. So that dirt, because it hasn't been settled, it moves. So I have seen driveways crack apart after a year. I've seen tiny cracks inside of homes from the house settling. The sidewalks, if you have one, it might shift and break. And then there's the fact that the HOA, you don't know what it's going to be like, because if it's newer, then you don't know if they're going to be really strict on some things sometimes, or if they're going to be super lax. Where in a resale neighborhood, you can drive around and literally see what the HOA cares about and what they don't care about. Let me tell you about the grass next. Landscaping, grass, you know. So in Oklahoma, we have native grasses like small bluegrass, big bluegrass, some other prairie grasses, right? In our yards, though, we plant fescue and Bermuda, and these are drought-tolerant grasses. However, in order to get them to take, in order to get them to live, you must water them all winter long. Now, not forever, and then we do get a lot of, moisture in the winter, but your grass might die within the first year, and you don't know what the builder's going to do about that, if anything at all. You also don't know how the grass is going to take to the soil, because if the soil was buried underneath a bunch of other soil, there isn't any nutrients in it. So you don't know if it's going to take, because it may not have anything to eat. Also, you don't know which way the water's going to run, because the grading hasn't been established. And also we see like runoff issues and pooling of water in some of these new neighborhoods. New neighborhoods, they also come with new construction. So that may mean construction noises and trucks flying by your house and breaking the road because they're heavy. That may go on for months, and it may go on for years, and it just depends on if you're okay with that. Sometimes building might even stop, depending on the economy and how much money the developer or the builder has. And yes, with a new build, you have warranties, and sometimes they move a little slowly to fix these things that are under warranty, but you just have to follow up and get on their schedule. You may even have to watch the contractor very carefully to fix the items. All of these things, this is why choosing between a new and a resale isn't about which is better. It's about which one is going to work for you and understanding the consequences of both. Right now, you got to ask yourself this question: what matters most to me? Is it space? Is it trees? Is it really low maintenance? Is it a certain location? Like, these are the questions we ask in order to figure out which is best. I have a whole series of videos as well on different towns and cities in Oklahoma. You may want to watch this playlist next.